morning. On behalf of Rowan Athletics, I would like to welcome you to the 2025 induction ceremony for the Rowan Glassboro State Athletic Hall of Fame. I'm Marie Wozniak, Associate Athletic Director for Communications, and I'm proud to help honor a number of very deserving individuals. Let's start by recognizing our inductees for the first time. Sandy Duda. Elias. Racioppi. Singley Adams. Tabb III. Yurkow. The 1998 field hockey team. And the 1993 softball team. Today's ceremony is made possible by the work of the Hall of Fame Committee, many of whom are here today. Special thanks to Associate Athletic Director Penny Kemp for her organization of this event, and to all the athletic department staff for their help, including multimedia specialist Will Boyd, who is responsible for the video. Thanks to all. We have a new face in Rowan Athletics, and he's hit the ground running since his first day on the job 4 months ago. We're all working hard to keep up. He has an exciting and ambitious vision for Rowan Athletics, with the goal of making this program one of the best in the nation. Please welcome Rowan's Director of Athletics, Sean Tucker.
Let me start here by just saying what an honor it truly is to just be standing in front of you all. I said this at my press conference, and I'm a pretty straight shooter guy. Rowan is the gold standard. In many ways, gold standard in Division III athletics, no doubt about it, in the state of New Jersey. And so what a privilege it is to actually be in front of the group that has laid the foundation. Yeah, absolutely. I think we live in a time and a day where, Gen Z and all the technology, it goes so quickly that we can forget about how we got there and the people that paved the way. And to me, these events, these Hall of Fame events, are so valuable and so important to be able for us to stop, to pause, to say thank you to Sandy, Duda, as I learned today, to say a job well done, Jamie, to tell Tony and Clinton all the great things that we're seeing right now that Pat Ruley and the team is doing is because of the foundation that was set with the two of you. To Abby Adams, phenomenal work. Field hockey is the gold standard here at Rowan. To John Yurkow, to the entire softball team of 1993. We've had tremendous success over these last, I would say, decade under Kim Wilson's leadership. But we're not there without the foundation of that 1993 team. And last but not least, certainly 1998 field hockey team. So today's a celebration. So my last couple words I want to share with you, to the family members, to the parents, to the grandparents, thank you. Thank you for the hours of sacrifice of driving your son, your daughter to practice when you didn't want to get up. I'm there now. I got 3-year-olds, I got 3 kids, and sometimes you don't want to get up and take them to practice and to training, but it pays off for moments like this, that decades down the line, you never thought that your daughter or your son was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Well, today, we're inducting your son, your daughter into the Hall of Fame. So a hats off to all of our parents, family members, and friends. Lastly, I just want to share this with you all. As Marie talked about, we are striving to be elite in everything that we have done, that we do here at Rowan Athletics. We've had 11 national champions here, team champions. We've had 75 individual champions as well. But there's this mantra in our department that we believe that there must be more. And what that means is there must be more champions. And we believe that over the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to see even more champions here that your guys are going to be proud of. So hopefully today is the day as we celebrate our Hall of Fame inductees. It's also another opportunity to honor those that have already been inducted into the Hall of Fame. So if you have already, from a team standpoint, been inducted to the Hall of Fame, or individually, do you mind just standing on your feet so that we can recognize you? Anyone that's been a part of the team? Yes, come on. Thank you. So I'm going to bring back up Marie, or actually, I'm releasing people to get some food. All right, so enjoy. We're going to let you guys go out and grab some food, and hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of today. The staff will direct. There you go. Appreciate you, Gabby. Enjoy.
We'll stay open to the remainder of the program, but we'd like to get the induction ceremony started. Before we start, I'd like to mention that the video of this induction ceremony will be available on the Rowan Athletics YouTube channel, while the photos will be posted on rowanathletics.com and will also be shared with the inductees. Our Hall of Fame is housed in Nesby Gym in the Joy Solomon Shirley O'Day Hall of Fame hallway. We also now have a digital display in the lobby which highlights and preserves the accomplishments of all our members. I encourage you to check that out, as well as our Hall of Fame on the athletics website. The class of 2025 is the 29th class to be enshrined, and after today, the Rowan Glassboro State Athletics Hall of Fame will consist of 177 individuals and 14 teams. This year's class upholds the tradition of excellence of those who have been inducted before them. Making the presentations to our inductees will be two Rowan athletic directors, current and former. Joining Sean Tucker is someone very familiar to all of you, Joy Solomon. An athletic administrator here for 25 years, she served as the Director of Athletics from 1993 to 2012, overseeing the great period for prop athletics. Please welcome Joy Solomon. Our first inductee is Sandy Duda of field hockey and women's lacrosse in the class of 1996. Sandy was a first-team All-American in 2 sports, earning field hockey honors for 2 years and for 1 season in lacrosse. She was an All-Region and All-NJAC first-team selection in field hockey, and in 1992 became the first prop to win the NJAC Midfielder of the Year award. She handed out 18 assists in her career, ranked among Rowan's top 20. Sandy was a member of the Prop's first field hockey team to reach the NCAA tournament. And during her lacrosse career, she totaled 186 points, with her total of 130 goals, ranking 15th all-time. We'll now turn to the video, where Sandy will be presented for induction by her coach, Mary Marino.
Sandy has the distinction of being one of the few Rowan grads to be named a national first-team All-American in 2 different sports. In 1992, Sandy made history as the first prof to be named as the New Jersey Athletic Conference Midfielder of the Year, and to this day, she remains among our hockey program's top 25 in career assists with 18. In lacrosse, she was named a 1993 First-Team All-American after an outstanding career in which she tallied 186 points, including 130 goals and 56 assists. This was a particularly outstanding feat, as Sandy had only played 2 years of high school lacrosse before coming to Rowan. From the time she picked up a piece of athletic equipment and put on her first pair of cleats, it was clear she was something special. She was one of those rare athletes who made everything look effortless. Speed, power, coordination, agility, she had it all. But what made Sandy truly unforgettable wasn't just her athletic gifts. It was her presence. In 1993, our lacrosse team went to the NCAAs for the very first time. It was during a period in NCAA Division III history when only the top 8 nationally ranked teams were allowed postseason play. Our opponent was William Smith, a perennial Final Four participant. As the opening minutes got underway that day, a part of me wondered, what are we doing here? A third of our team has not even played lacrosse before coming to Rowan, and our future stars are baby freshmen playing in their biggest collegiate game ever. This could be a blowout. Then I zeroed in on Sandy and her play. It was business as usual. If she was jittery, she never showed it. Her calmness and just get it done attitude was exactly what her teammates needed. I think it was her way of saying, of course we belong here. I'd like to say we achieved the biggest upset in NCAA history that day, but that would be a lie. However, what the team, led by Sandy, did do that day was tell the world of lacrosse we had arrived as a program. One of her fellow players, Sue Connor, called Sandy the ultimate teammate. Dependable, kind, hardworking, and positive. Someone who loved to laugh. Whether it was a clutch goal or a pick-me-up after a tough game, Sandy always showed up. Sandy was the kind of athlete everyone loved, not just for her talent, but for her heart. Some athletes lead on the field, others in the locker room. Sandy was one of those singular individuals who did both. In short, Sandy was an outstanding athlete who could hold a team together just by her very presence. A team or coach couldn't ask for anything more, and I am honored to welcome her into the Glassboro State Rowan Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, Sandy Duda.
Now I gotta speak. So congratulations to all the Hall of Famers here tonight. It's a true honor to be up here. So I want to start support and positive influence in your life. So when I was younger, loved to play sports. So I told my mother, I want to play baseball with men, with boys. And she goes, okay. So she got me on the team, and I'm in the field, and she goes, go Sandy, good job. And I'm there with my hat, and I'm pulling it down, because I'm so embarrassed, right? And I come off the field, I'm like, Mom, you are not allowed to yell anymore. You're not coming to my games unless you, tone it down a little bit. So at that point, it was embarrassment, right? But now I realize it was the support she was giving me. My father, he would drive all over the country, wherever we were, to come to our games. He supported me buying my athletic equipment, my sneakers, which sneakers weren't part of the athletic part, but when you got off that bus, and make sure you had that nice sneakers on and you were confident. So you probably could be a millionaire right now for the amount of money that he spent on the equipment and my sneakers. But that, I never told you this. Thank you so much for being in that stance and supporting me. It means a lot. My coaches, the support that they gave us on the field, but it wasn't only on the field, it was off the field. So such positive influence that you made in my life, both of you, and other people's lives as well. I am so grateful that both of you guys come coaches. My teammates, without you, I wouldn't be up here now. You know, you supported us on the field and you supported us off the field. When you're on a team and you miss the ball or you do something stupid, you always have your team there to pick you up and back you up. It was awesome, so thank you. And then the last people I'd like to thank is Sue Thomas here, her mom and dad. They came to every game as well. And you had a bad day, a good day, whatever it was, as soon as you came off that field, there's two people smiling, coming up to you, telling you what a great job you did, and giving you hugs. Like after you lose, right? You got all these emotions going on. You're sad, you're mad, your mind's racing. And then all of a sudden you get this warm hug, and everything just felt better. So thank you again. And thank you, Sandy. Our next inductee is Jamie Elias from softball in the class of 2002. Jamie was named to the All-America third team in 2000. She was a two-time All-Region and All-NJAC first team selection. The right-hander tossed 25 complete games in 1999, which is the third highest number in school history. 4 saves she recorded in 2001 ranked second in school history. With Jamie on the mound, the Profs reached the NCAA regionals twice and advanced to the NCAA finals, or as sometimes we call the College World Series, in 1999. Presenting Jamie for induction is Rowan's current head softball coach, Kim Wilson.
Jamie was always having fun. Jamie had a lot of fun, not only as an athlete, but also as a student, and I think we would say that she enjoyed her college career. Softball-wise, she was a dominant pitcher when she came in as a freshman. She did a great job, just holding other teams' batters down. We hadn't beaten some very good teams. She took us to the World Series in her freshman year. Like, there's so many things that as a freshman she was able to accomplish that most other freshmen don't have the opportunity to do here at Rowan. They're usually sitting behind somebody, and she's one of the reasons why we were in the World Series in her freshman year. Jamie was the same person on the mound, whether she was giving up a home run or struck somebody out. You never knew, really. She was always smiling. She was always laughing. She kept everybody at ease in a lot of ways when she was on the mound, and was able to just, kind of be that leader that just was like, all right, here we go. I'm not going to show I care too much, but I'm not going to show I care too little. But you know what? It doesn't really matter that they were able to hit a home run or that I just had a strikeout. Let's go get the next one. The cool part about having Jamie come back and be a part of our staff was her kids came with her, and so we were able to see her as a mother, see her as just somebody that's giving back to the program and somebody that's excelling in life. And it's fun as a coach to be able to see our kids become the great citizens and parents, and see them in a totally different way than they were at 18 years old. Congratulations to Jamie Elias on becoming a member of the Rowan University Glassboro State Athletics Hall of Fame, class of 2025. I'm super proud of you.
Well, it's possible collected as I was on the mountain and not and collected as a speaker. So I'm just coming through grief fine. I'm truly honored to be inducted today into the Hall of Fame. I wanted to thank everyone who nominated me for this incredible recognition. I never would have made it to this moment today without my coaches, my family, and my community. To my coach, Kim Wilson, thank you for believing me as a pitcher. Your coaching style always fostered a positive attitude and environment for everyone. I enjoyed playing for you and eventually helping you coach. Thank you for always being there for me, even now as an adult. To my parents, thank you for always being at all my games. Dad, thank you for always being there as a coach, provide fishing lessons and games, and of course my own personal adventure. Though I still hear about the bruises and lumps that he still has on his legs from my wild fishes. But Mom, thank you for always being at every game in the stands. Seeing you there while I was pitching helped me relax on the mound, and I'm so grateful for your unwavering support. To my teammates, thank you for always making it fun on and off the field. I have made so many amazing lifetime friendships, which I'm truly grateful for. And everyone always says, as a pitcher, your best friend is your shortstop and your center fielder. And that was absolutely true for me. I was lucky to have Nicole Hewitt in center field and Steph Yurkow at shortstop, always making the incredible plays behind me to save me. I am indebted to all my teammates for the numerous save games and victories we have all achieved together. Once again, thank you for this incredible honor, and I'm truly grateful to be a part of the Rowan Hall.
Thank you, Jamie. Our next inductee is Tony Racioppi from football in the class of 2004. In 2001, Tony was recognized by two organizations on their All-America teams. He was named the NJAC Offensive Player of the Year in both of his seasons at Rowan. As a proud starting quarterback, he led Rowan to a 21-3 record. In just 2 seasons, he passed for 5,530 yards and 62 touchdowns. He's the Rowan record holder for passing efficiency in season with 171.2 and a career with 150.4. Tony passed for 7 touchdowns in a win over Montclair State, with 5 of them coming in the quarter, and that mark is still tied as the NCAA record. Presenting Tony for induction is former Rowan assistant football coach Tom Dottie.
My name's Tom Dottie. I was the offensive coordinator during Tony Racioppi's career here at Rowan University, and I'm blessed and honored to present to him today as an inductee in the 2025 class of the Rowan University Athletic Hall of Fame. As we see Tony today as a successful husband, father, teacher, and a coach, and a man who gives back to the game and makes a positive impact on society, we see the seeds of that in Tony as a player. He was a joy to coach. He was a great teammate, outstanding teammate, was an awesome leader, obsessed with success. He's very, very coachable, and he was a winner. He was a winner. 21-3 as a starting quarterback. All the accolades Tony received, and ladies and gentlemen, you'll see him, you'll hear about him, were all a byproduct of the commitment and the hard work that Tony put in to get to the level that he played at. And trust me, he was a darn good one. Congratulations, Tony. I love you. Coach Dottie.
All right, I want to start today by congratulating all the other members of this class. True honor to be going with you guys, such tremendous athletes and such great people. I want to thank the committee. I want to thank the administration as well. Obviously, this is a big thing in our lives, and obviously you think back as an athlete all the time and all the effort you put into being great at it. So I want to thank you guys. Joy was the AD here. Did a great job when I was here. She was also my supervisor of health and phys ed. She showed up one time to observe me teaching when I was a junior, and I happened to be playing one-on-one with the entire varsity basketball team whose school I was at. Not a good look as a teacher. I remember showing up going, listen, you're supposed to teach the kids, not beat the kids. So great moment, right? So I want to start to say that this is a we thing, and it's not an I thing, it's a we thing, and I was lucky to be surrounded by such great people in my life. Start with family. All right, I want to start with my parents. I mean, I left a full scholarship, Division I scholarship to come here, and pretty hard to tell your parents, listen, remember I was going for free, well now I'm not. So, always supportive. They came to everything. Whether we were here or whether we were in Virginia, they were with us, and truly appreciate them and their efforts. It was a very common thing that we'd be playing an away game, and my grandmother would be slicing oranges for our team. Make sure our opposite line were eating oranges so they would cramp up, and it was a total team thing and a family thing for me, which was awesome. So I want to thank my wife Mandy and our 3 awesome kids for coming today. Truly awesome to share this with them, and obviously see the fact that we actually were athletes at some point in our lives way back when. I want to thank my entire family, because obviously those guys, through my playing career, they came to everything. Came on the road, no matter where we were playing, and they were there. Whether it was a win or a loss, and we won a lot, thank God. But I want to thank my family for coming today. Obviously, from all over New Jersey, spending a Sunday down here. Again, I truly appreciate it. So I want to thank my coaches. Tom Dottie did my thing up there. They asked me to grab someone, and he was the first person I thought of and the last person I thought of. So, lucky TD, we came in together. I transferred in, and coached first year was the opposite year was senior. I transferred in. So, I've coached for 21 years now at a pretty high level, and I always try to have the same relationship with my quarterbacks I had with him. And I love you, and I appreciate you. So. I want to thank Casey Keeler, who was head coach here when I first came here. I want to thank him for his support and obviously believing in me. And obviously Jay Corsi was here now. I was coach's first captain here, his first year here. We were 10-0, which is tied for the best record in regular season history my senior. So thanks again, Coach. Appreciate it. John Pennant was my quarterback coach here. Another great man in my life, and still somebody I think about today. So, like when I played here, his son was super small. He'd come in and be my eye black for every game. Just the little things you think of, obviously, in the locker room. So I want to thank my teammates. All right, Tabb's going in 2. I would say, Saturday was easy compared to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, going against him in practice. Heck of a player. Congratulations, Clinton. And obviously, Scotty Lifford's here, too, is my top wide receiver here. Multiple All-American NCAA record holder, and made me look good most of the time. So appreciate you, Scotty. So, again, I want to say, love Rowan University. Love my coaches, love my teammates, and obviously had an amazing experience here. So, people ask me about the transfer portal and those kind of things nowadays. The biggest thing those kids miss is what we have. And we were in one place with teammates and memories, and wouldn't trade it for the world. And that's it. Go Profs. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Our next inductee is Abby Singley Adams from field hockey and the class of 2005. Abby is the first 3-time All-America first-team selection in Rowan field hockey. She also earned all NJAC and all-region first-team honors those 3 years. With 24 career assists, she's tied for 11th on the all-time list. The Profs went to the NCAA tournament in every year of her career and advanced to the Final Four in 2 of them. And she is also a member of the 1998 team that will be inducted later today. Presenting Abby for induction is her coach and current Rowan Associate Athletic Director, Penny Kemp.
I am honored to be presenting Abby Singley Adams into the Rowan Athletics Hall of Fame. Abby was a standout multi-sport athlete at Cherokee High School, excelling in both softball and field hockey. I vividly remember how hard we recruited her to come play at Rowan University. We knew she had the potential to be a game-changing presence for the field hockey program. Abby was a gifted athlete with exceptional skill, vision, and instincts. someone who could change a game in an instant. A 4-year starter, she made an immediate impact as a freshman, playing a pivotal role on the first Rowan field hockey team in program history to reach the NCAA Final Four. Throughout her college career, Abby remained a cornerstone of the program, helping lead the program to 2 Final Four appearances and 2 Elite 8 finishes, solidifying Rowan's standing on the national stage. Her individual accolades are equally impressive. A 3-time All-American, earning first-team honors in 2001 and third-team recognition in both 1999 and 2000. She ranks 11th all-time at Rowan with 24 career assists. Abby was also a 3-time first-team All-Region selection and a consistent force in conference play, earning all New Jersey Athletic Conference first-team honors in 3 consecutive seasons. What made Abby's journey unique wasn't her talent, it was her leadership. Whether she was pushing teammates to give their all in practice or stepping up in the biggest moments of a game, teammates respected her work ethic and composure under pressure. Abby led with empathy and conviction, holding everyone accountable while also making them feel valued. Her standard was excellence, but never at the expense of kindness. Abby was dependable, encouraging, and always showed up for everyone. In Abby's senior year, she served as a captain of a team stacked with talent, but known for being fiery and fiercely competitive. Abby had to do more than lead by example, and she embraced the challenge. As a captain, Abby wasn't the loudest voice in the room, but her actions spoke volumes. She never settled for anything less than the best when it came to her own play, which inspired those around her to be better. Abby was someone who brought intensity to every practice, composure to every game, and heart to every huddle. Coaches leaned on Abby as an extension of the staff, someone who understood the bigger picture and could rally the group when it mattered most. Under Abby's leadership, the team didn't just survive its intensity, they thrived in it. They learned to compete together, fueled by emotion, but anchored in unity. It wasn't always easy, but Abby's steady presence, unselfish leadership, and fierce commitment made all the difference. Abby was instrumental in helping turn that talented, fiery, fiercely competitive team into a future national championship team. So with great pride and deep respect, I present to you Abby Singley Adams, a 2025 inductee into the Rowan University Glassboro State Hall of Fame.
Before I begin, I would like to thank Rowan University Athletics and the Hall of Fame Committee for bestowing upon me such a great honor. I'm humbled to be standing here before all of my family, coaches, teammates, and of course, my fellow inductees for being recognized for my accomplishments as a student athlete. I first stepped onto the Rowan University field hockey field in the summer of 1998. When I look back on my years as a Rowan athlete, I realized that I did not do it for the trophies or for, in this case, future accolades. Oh, it's my shot. Having the opportunity to play with the best and against the best was my driving force for continually pushing myself to become better and better each season. What I realized shortly after becoming an athlete at Rowan was that not only did I have the opportunity to play with the best athletes, those athletes would also become lifelong friends. I think we sometimes forget that athletics not only strengthens our bodies, but it strengthens the bonds of friendships that we hold so dear. While our accomplishments are being recognized here today, from what we achieved as Rowan athletes, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about how I got here. It all starts with my mom and dad, who supported me from the first time I picked up the field hockey stick until now. Mom, Dad, I would not be here if it weren't for your love and your support. I would not be standing here if you didn't sacrifice your time, your patience, and yet even more patience as you parted your 6 children to practice, to game, back to practice, and then another game. While my mom and dad and my sisters helped me to excel on the field, the coaching staff at Rowan University brought me to the next level. It is an honor to be here today with Penny, Miss Marino, and Michelle. Each coach served a different purpose in helping me to become the player that I was, and I'm truly grateful for all they did while I was here at Rowan, and for still being a presence in my life after all of these years. And while I am being honored today for Rowan field hockey, I would also like to thank Coach Wilson, who I had the privilege of playing Rowan softball for 2 amazing seasons. These coaches still connect with me today, and there is something to be said about a coaching staff that still checks in with their players after all of these years, asking how they are doing, how their children are doing as well. Rowan has some of the best coaches and mentors because you are more than just a player to them. In closing, I would like to congratulate all of my fellow inductees, and I hope they, like myself, had the best experience and lifelong memories to share with their own children. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. Our next inductee is Clinton Tabb III from football and the class of 2003. Clinton was an All-America First Team honoree by D3Football.com in 1999 and then received honorable mention in 2 more seasons. He is one of just 2 profs to be chosen to the All-Conference First Team all 4 years. He holds the school records for interceptions in a season with 12 and in a career with 24. He accumulated 326 yards on interception returns and is the Prof's all-time leader in that category. With Clinton on defense, the Profs earned consecutive berths in the Stag Bowl, also reached the national semifinals, and won an NJAC title. Presenting Clinton for induction is teammate Scott Whitford.
Today, it is my honor to introduce a man whose name is forever etched in the history of Rowan football, Rowan track and field, and in the heart of his hometown community up in Saucon, Clinton Tabb, also affectionately known as Buddy Love. On the gridiron for Rowan University from 1998 to 2001, Clinton was the definition of a game changer, a defensive back with speed, instincts, and fearless playmaking ability. He rewrote the record books. He holds the school marks for interceptions in the season, most in a career, most yards on interception returns, and even touchdowns scored off interceptions. His career totals of 189 tackles, 20 interceptions, nearly 400 return yards stand as a testament to his dominance on defense. And when the spotlight was brightest, Clinton rose to the moment, like his unforgettable 95-yard fumble return and 43-yard interception return in the 1999 playoffs against Montclair University, helping push Rowan to the Amos Alonzo Stag Bowl. But Clinton's talents weren't limited to football. He was also a key part of Rowan's track program, contributing his speed and athleticism as a member of the Profs 4x1 and 4x4 relay team. On the field and on the track, he embodied excellence, discipline, and relentless effort. Yet, as impressive as his college career was, Clinton's greatest impact has been felt beyond Rowan, in his community of Pennsauken. As a head football and track coach, he has poured his passion into mentoring young athletes, shaping not just players and runners, but leaders. His influence runs so deep that Pensauken's track now proudly bears his name, a symbol of the respect, gratitude, and love his community holds for him. Clinton Tabb's story is about more than statistics or records. It is about legacy, a legacy of excellence as a player, of leadership as a coach, and of service as a role model. Today, we celebrate not just what he achieved, but who he is, a Rowan Prof who continues to inspire generations. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the Rowan University, Class of 2025 Hall of Fame, Clinton Tabb.
First off, if you know me, you know I don't like speaking. Well, maybe. Scotty, thank you for that introduction. Thank you to Rowan. Thank you to all the trustees and the Hall of Fame committee for selecting me. What took us so long? All of you. Don't move as well as I used to. I was wondering, did I pay all my bills? Did I hold a book in the library? But it's getting me here. I came to Rowan as an 18-year-old loud, cocky kid. Left with my degree, still a loud, cocky kid. But I thought I didn't need Rowan. Boy, was I wrong. We needed each other. They needed my talent, and I needed to grow up and be humble to see the big picture. And that y'all gave me. After a rough freshman year, thank you to Coach Corsi and Coach Smith for believing in me. We were a match made in heaven. To all my former coaches, Coach Killer, Coach Petit, Coach Corsi, Coach Dottie, Coach Yurkow, Coach Ball, Coach Jones, and anybody else I may have forgotten, thank you for dealing with me and guiding me. I know it wasn't easy, and I'm being paid back for it daily from my players today. I would like Coach Corsi to stand up. I'm not here without this man. My freshman year, I had some bigger things going on, not so much as that, but he kept me on my path. Always checking in on me. And after playing for 23 years, every year this man has checked on me. He has mentored me. He has kept me level-headed. He has made sure I'm coaching and doing things the correct way, not cutting any corners, not doing anything I shouldn't. Coach, of course, I want to give you a flower and say thank you. You mean a lot to me. To my former teammates, what a ride. The wins, the losses, the famous bus rides home. Well, on the defense, Coach Killer when let's all talk. The defensive bus was a live party. I'm glad I was a part of it. The bond we share is unbreakable. I will never forget you guys from last night. I think you poisoned me, Scotty, but I made it today. It was questionable if I was going to make it, but I made it. To my daughter, I know you think I'm old and bald, but Daddy used to be a pretty good athlete. Lastly, to my family, you guys supported me from high school football. Never missed a game at Rowan football. You guys haven't missed the Salkin game in 23 years. Without your support, without the tailgating at Rowan, the tailgating at Salkin, you guys always taking care of me. I know it seems like the spotlight is on me, but you guys are definitely the wind beneath my wings, and I'm so grateful and happy for your support. To my coaches now, I have one of them here, been with me for 23 years. My athletic director, we've been together for 23 years. Thank you for your guys' support as well. And just in closing, driving down here to tell my daughter, this is a school that Dad used to go to. It is amazing what you guys are doing with your programs, the coach rule. You have been ever so inviting to the former players and love the direction you guys are going. One of my kids is actually playing for them now. To the athletic director, you guys have been great. To Ms. Kemp, thank you for the emails, and I know I've been bad at getting back to it. Thank you for staying on me. I really appreciate it. And just in closing, I would not be here without Rowan. And I just want to say one more time, thank you for making me the man I am today. And I hope that I'm a shining and good example of what a Rowan athlete, what a Rowan alumni and graduate can be. Thank you.
Thank you, Clinton. Our final individual inductee is John Yurkow from baseball. John was named to the ABCA All-America second team in 1999 and was a two-time All-Region honoree. He remains the program's all-time leader in runs with 179 and in walks with 176. He ranks 5th all-time in stolen bases with 55. He drew 1.47 walks per game in a season, and that still ranks 5th in the NCAA record book. He was a member of the Profs teams which reached the NCAA regionals all 4 years of his career. John was the most valuable player of the 1999 NJAC championship as the Profs won the conference title. Presenting John for induction is his head coach, Juan Ranero.
Hello, Rowan family. My name is Juan Ranero, former head baseball coach at Rowan University. It is my pleasure to introduce John Yurkow as a member of the 2025 Hall of Fame class. I would like to begin by congratulating John and his family on this well-deserved honor. I first met John during his recruiting visit in the fall of his senior year of high school. We had just finished a scrimmage and had not played well. We sent John out with one of our players to tour the campus while I spoke to the team. They returned about an hour and a half later and we were still running. It was one of those days. I was sure we had lost him, but shortly after his visit he committed to us and I want to thank him for that. His decision showed me he was willing to be pushed and challenged, and giving me a glimpse of his true character. A phenomenal athlete, his leadership was evident from day one. He worked hard on the field and in the weight room, earning the respect of his teammates and coaches. His impact on the field and on the team culture began during his freshman year when he called out his teammates during a Florida trip, stressing that we were there on a mission, not a vacation. His influence was the driving force in the transformation of our program. He set high standards, and I truly believe his impact that year was a turning point for Rowan baseball. John was an excellent defensive player, but his true gifts were displayed at the plate. Coaches challenged their players to have a 400 on-base percentage. John's was nearly 600, virtually unheard of. Yurk, as we called him, was a nightmare for opposing teams. He was the D3 national leader in walks while hitting well over 300 in the same season. As a coach, it was a great feeling knowing that with John in the leadoff spot, we would likely start the game with a runner on base. John and current Rowan head coach Mike Dixon appeared to create an unstoppable 1-2 punch, ensuring early leads in most games. John was also a threat on the bases. Although he wasn't the fastest player, he was bold and would steal at will. His on-base percentage and aggressive base running resulted in him scoring a ton of runs. The positive impact John had on his teammates, coaches, and campus community are everlasting. It was a genuine privilege to have coached such a complete, well-rounded player who displayed leadership, athleticism, productivity, and competitiveness. It is fitting that the committee selected John to the Hall of Fame as he revived the culture of excellence in Rowan baseball established during Coach Miggy Brillia's tenure. It is my sincere honor to present 2025 Rowan University Hall of Fame inductee, John Yurkow.
I think the first thing we should do is address this picture. I apologize for that. I wish they would have been able to find something a little bit better than that. I look like I'm about to rob somebody in it. I want to congratulate all the inductees. It really is an unbelievable class. I remember being around when some of these other athletes were here, and just to go in with such a great group, it's truly an honor. I want to also special thanks to my parents, John and Joanne. I mean, from the get-go, always been in my corner, still in my corner. They're here today, so I want to make sure I thank them as well. There are three coaches that, three Rowan coaches that I want to recognize today too. Juan Ranero, who recruited me, coached me my first 3 years, was kind enough to do the video intro. You know, a very influential person in my life. He kind of sold me on the fact that Rowan needed to get back to on a national level, being prominent. At that point in time, they were still kind of struggling. I think that really stood out to me. It was one of the driving factors why I chose to come to Rowan. I think I was looking for a challenge. The second coach that I want to thank is John Cole, who took over. Juan left after my junior year. John Cole came in, coached me in 1999. We set all kind of records that year as a team. Won the first conference championship in quite a long time, and John taught me a lot. He also taught me a lot about coaching, and that's kind of where I'll go next with this. And I just really appreciate the time, the things that he taught me, what it takes as far as being a successful coach. And then the third coach I want to acknowledge is here today at my table. He's the current head coach at Rowan University. Great friend of mine. I think he's one of the best coaches in the country at any level. I hope you guys realize how fortunate you are to have him. So Mike Dixon, Dix, thanks for being here today. I appreciate you. And wish you more continued success. So I spent 6 years at Rowan, 4 as a player, and then 2 as a coach. And that's kind of where I want this to go, and talk a little about relationships and impact and what Rowan was able to do for me. So many great relationships here, teammates, roommates, coaches, administrators, just an awesome place. I just feel very grateful to be part of the Rowan community. I want to tell you a quick story. This is where the impact part of this comes in, the relationship side. It was my freshman year. It was in the spring. I was in SB gym. I had some extra time to kill. I went down to talk to Coach Ranero. I was in his office. He always had time for you as a player. He'd welcome you in. And I was sitting on a chair, and he asked me, he said, hey, by the way, what do you major in? I said, criminal justice. He goes, do you really want to do that? And I said, I don't know. And at that time, I really didn't know why I was majoring in criminal justice. And at that point, he said to me, he said, hey, would you ever think about getting into coaching? And at that point, I had not thought about it. And my response was, you mean like high school coaching? And he said, no, like coaching at the college level. And it never dawned on me that you could turn that into a profession. That one conversation changed my life course forever. And it just goes to show you as a coach, as an administrator that works in college athletics, sometimes you don't realize those conversations, how big of an impact they can have on a student athlete. And that's something that I'll always value to this day. 25 years later, I'm still in college athletics. I feel like I'm extremely lucky. I found a profession that I love. The saying is, if you find a profession you love, you never work a day in your life. That is, I can say 100% certainty that is true for me. I love what I do. That all started right here at Rowan, back in 1996. I feel like I'm getting old when we start throwing dates out like that. So one last thing, really, this is to the all the administrators, the coaches, all the support staff that are here today, help putting an event like this on. People that work in college athletics, I'm still in that space. They're crazy long hours. You work weekends, you work holidays, you spend time away from your family. I just want to thank you guys, because without you, the current student athletes at Rowan wouldn't have those opportunities. It's not easy, but we couldn't do it without you. So you guys keep doing your thing. You know, and again, I just want everybody to realize how grateful I am for my time, the relationships, and my experiences here at Rowan. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Now it's time to induct two special teams. First, the 1998 field hockey team. This team was the first in program's history to reach the NCAA semifinals. And since then, Rowan field hockey has reached the Final Four 6 times. This team claimed the first NJAC championship in school history. Under Coach Penny Kemp, the Profs compiled an 18-3 record, which ranks as the program's 4th best winning percentage. This squad started a streak of 6 consecutive NCAA tournament appearances and laid the foundation for the national championship that was won in 2002. Presenting the 1998 Profs for induction is their coach, Penny Kemp.
I am pleased to be presenting the 1998 Rowan field hockey team into the Rowan Hall of Fame. 1998 was my first year as head coach of the field hockey program, following my time as an assistant under Mary Marino. As the season approached, there was a sense of uncertainty, questions about what might change and what the expectations would be moving forward. It was uncharted territory for us all. To symbolize our shared commitment to the journey we were about to take together, I gave the team simple dollar store rings, a small gesture to represent our commitment moving forward. Looking back, this group was the perfect fit for me as a first-year head coach. They exemplified the values I held most dear: grit, humility, and unshakable team-first mindset. From day one, they met every challenge head-on. With determination, they embraced a culture built on accountability, hard work, commitment, and selflessness. What they didn't know at the time was that they were about to make history. They weren't just focused on winning, they were setting a new standard and redefining what was possible for our program. From the first whistle of preseason to the final moments of the regular season, they played with heart and purpose. Their chemistry was unmistakable. Every player bought into their role and trusted the process. This team did not worry about the end result. They took the season day by day, and they overcame tough opponents, tight games, and moments of doubt, emerging stronger each time. With every victory, they edged closer to uncharted territory. When they secured their spot in the NCAA tournament, it felt like validation, but they weren't satisfied. With poise, resilience, and a fearless mindset, they charged through the bracket, and their journey reached its pinnacle with a historic trip to the NCAA Final Four, the first in the program's history. This breakthrough didn't just belong to the players. It was shared by alumni who laid the groundwork, the coaches who believed in the vision, and the fans who stood by them every step of the way. Their legacy is more than a Final Four appearance. It's a testament to belief, unity, and the power of a dream. What began as a hopeful campaign became the start of a new era. Their Final Four run wasn't just a milestone, it was a defining moment for a team that dared to dream big and made those dreams a reality. They weren't just a team, they were trailblazers. It is with immense pride and lasting gratitude that I present to you the 1998 field hockey team, a 2025 inductee into the Rowan University Glassboro State Hall of Fame.
Accepting the honor on behalf of this team are captains Aaron Small, Sheena Marston, and Kate Madden Stauffer.
Good afternoon. My name is Erin Small. I had the honor of being the tri captain along with Sheena Morrison and Mary Kate Madden of the 1998 Rowan University field hockey team. We now have the pleasure of speaking to you today on behalf of the entire team. We would like to thank President Guzman, Athletic Director Tucker, and the current athletic staff, and all previous Rowan University athletic staff and the Hall of Fame Committee for this tremendous honor. We would like to especially thank Penny Kemp, Mary Marino, and Michelle Andre for their leadership, for their inspiration, and for their relentless dedication to the Rowan University field hockey program. 1998 seems like a lifetime ago. However, nearly 30 years later, each one of us who were fortunate enough to play on the 98 squad still find ourselves in awe of what we accomplished. It was a season of new beginnings, with Penny and Miss Marino switching coaching roles, Michelle Andre staying on as a grad assistant, a large and incredibly solid core group of seniors, and a collection of underclassmen who wanted success for the upperclassmen. 1998 quickly became a season of adopting a daily grind to make each opportunity count. When Penny stepped in as a head coach that year, she had a vision. She believed that we were capable of great success, and she did not settle for anything less than our 100% effort and commitment. She knew that we were a group of competitive, hardworking athletes. We possessed strong leadership, and we unanimously set our sights on our goals. That was our 1998 field hockey team. The coaches who believed in us and the teammates who believed in each other. It was a recipe for success. We were dedicated, driven, no nonsense, full of grit, fueled by passion to win. We were also a group of goofballs who liked to have fun. A great balance, in our opinion, of savage and fun.
But let's be honest, a team rarely has success without some memorable antics along the way. For one, we refused to acknowledge a Ewing, New Jersey school that got their new name that year or around that time, and they just simply became the. Then there were the multiple times that Penny could not understand why we so often passed to a teammate who was never actually there. And it got to the point that she nicknamed our invisible teammate Biddy. I don't know how you remember that. Or they have a little something too, because Penny found it. They hijacked these swim parkas. Penny, Miss Marino, and Michelle somehow got these now vintage parkas, I would assume. They removed swimming from the back. Also, we could just stay a little bit warmer while we were in upstate New York competing. Thanks for finding that, Penny. The trust and respect we had for one another and our coaching staff created an atmosphere that facilitated a love for the game and a resilience to be better every day. Work ethic and high expectations became a habit, and anything less than our best collective effort just was not acceptable. We competed in an era when outside influences were minimal, and our focus could stay on school, field hockey, and socialization. We were fortunate to be student athletes during a time when we didn't have to consider what might be immediately shared on social media. We could just practice and play a sport we loved. We embraced the need for shared accountability and found various ways to push one another and motivate one another. Each practice mattered, each team talk mattered, each game mattered, and most importantly, each interaction with a teammate or coach mattered. We were a team that bought in to everything that Penny said we could accomplish, and before we realized it, our successes started to accumulate. When looking back at the 1998 season, it wasn't just the wins and the Final Four appearance that stands out. It's how we got there and who we got there with. We had a team full of personalities. There were the quiet leaders, the motivators, the pranksters, the optimists, the diplomats. It just all worked. Every player on that team had a moment when they either lifted somebody up, dug a little deeper, and made the rest of us believe that we could do it.
Now here we are, 27 years later, and what stands out are the friendships in this group that were made and the pivotal moments that propelled this field hockey program forward. We were not a team of superstars. We were the definition of what can be accomplished when a group of driven individuals come together for a common goal. While Mariah Holmstrom did earn NJAC Midfielder of the Year honors, and players Stephanie Andre, Erin Borelli, Mariah Holmstrom, Julie Jaworski, myself, and Dana Reynolds earned all-conference recognition, our 18-3 record represents a collective effort of more than 25 teammates who knew what was needed and put the team's success above anything else. We were the first team to earn the NJAC title, and it has now been earned by Rowan teams 10 times since. Erin Borelli, small, rock star right there. Still ranks ninth all-time in career saves with 468. Christine McGuigan-Wetzel ranks 30th overall with career points, and the 98 team still ranks second overall with 11 shutouts. There's no doubt that the standout for success we helped to establish has played a lasting role in the program's ongoing accomplishments. I also wanted to thank our families, we love you, and our friends for being here today. What a gift it is to be able to share this day with all of you guys. For those of you who remember my father, he was a strong supporter, first to cry, of this program. We lost him last year, but I recall seeing him with Mr. Andre, Mr. Jaworski on the sideline, cheerleaders, side by side, and it breaks my heart even to see this. However, I'm sure he's looking down, he's cheering up there, no doubt. He would be beyond elated at this incredible honor, just as we all are. It was the time of my life I deeply cherish. We want to congratulate all the other 2025 Hall of Fame inductees. We are keenly aware of the incredible company we're in today. And finally, as the representatives of the 1998 Rowan Field Hockey Team, we thank you all for this amazing recognition. We truly feel honored to be recognized and inducted into the Rowan University Athletics Hall of Fame.
I hope I'm reading the right script since they hijacked my script as well. All right, so now we're going to call up the members of the team who are with us today. Please come up when your name is called to receive your induction gift, and we're going to have to take a group photo. After the photo, we ask the members of this team and the softball team to then go to the table over there. There is one other gift for you, but we don't want to make you be holding too much at one point. So the 1998 Rowan Field Hockey Team, Stephanie Andre Segrist, Michelle Bobo Gasparovic, Sharon Cheeseman, Teresa Diaversa Johnson, Lisa Durpolbosia Brennan, Kelly Engelbart Ferrulo, Jolene Jaworski, Chrissy Ludlam Santiago, Amy Maloney Wiltsey, Christine McGuigan-Wetzel, Dana Reynolds, Abby Singley Adams, Megan Smick Shepherd, Julie Thornton, Tracy Bark, Assistant Coach Mary Marino, Assistant Coach Michelle Andre, and Head coach and Tabb. They're in the 1998 Rowan field hockey team. Congratulations, 1998 field hockey. Now for our final inductees of the day, the 1993 softball team. This was the first Rowan softball team to reach the NCAA Finals, also known as the College World Series. The Profs have now reached that stage 9 times. This team finished the year tied for fourth in the nation. Guided by Coach Kim Franchi, the team went 36-14, which at that time was the school record for wins. They compiled a 9-1 record in the conference and won the NCAA Mid-Atlantic Regional title. Members of the team, Melissa Campari and Joy Pittner, were Rowan's first softball All-Americans, starting the tradition of many more to come. Presenting the 1993 Profs for induction is their coach, Kim Franchi.
Thank you for the honor of inducting our 1993 softball team. This was a historic year, being the first Rowan softball team to take the field, as this was the year Rowan made its transition from being Glassboro State. A young team losing 5 starters, we had our work cut out for us. Setting the groundwork as Rowan on the field was a challenge, but this team believed in themselves. And as the season progressed, they donned the name the Dirty Dozen. To start off the season, we traveled to Virginia, competing in the Lady Marlin tournament. Playing well, we took our first tournament championship. Building on the experiences from our Virginia tournament, we traveled down to Florida, playing in the annual Rebel Spring Games. Again, focusing on fundamentals and good clean play. We wrapped up our Florida trip ending 9-1, the best finish we ever had at Rebel Games. It was early, but you could see the team had something special. Returning home to our regular season, we did not take things lightly. Throughout the season, we managed to sweep our conference opponents, with the exception of one team with whom we split that doubleheader. Most of our out-of-conference games were against Division I and II schools. And let it be known, at this time, our conference was probably the strongest in the nation for Division III softball. Conference playoffs did not go as we planned. We were knocked out by teams we swept during the regular season. Our offense just didn't show up. Now, like I said, our conference being so strong, it worked in our favor. We received a bid and hosted the NCAA Regional Tournament. Sweet revenge. We win our region, knocking out the team that beat us in conference playoffs. The first time in Rowan softball history, we are going to Division III National Championship games. The experience was priceless, as the Dirty Dozen hit the road. This team proved a greatness does not come from numbers, but from unity and trust. Sadly, our season had come to an end, and we were knocked out. Nothing to hang our heads about. Never losing 2 games in a row during the season, this team had grit and an unshakable belief in themselves, almost unaware of what they were up against. The Dirty Dozen, a name they wore like armor, showing up like a relentless unit. They didn't make excuses, they made plays. 12 players, no backup plan, no safety net, just fight. That was us. 1993 Rowan softball.
Second in honor on behalf of the team is Sam Pasito. So I drew the short straw and got to make the speech for the team. Good day, everyone. It's truly an honor to be here today and be recognized and inducted into the Hall of Fame for our 1993 softball team. When I first got the message about it, I have to admit, I was a little surprised. My first thought was, what? Wait, what? We did what? Now, it's been a few years, okay, more than a few, and I'll be honest, I don't remember every detail from back then, although it seems like a couple of you do. But I do remember the laughter, the 6 a.m. practices, and the friendships that made it all worthwhile. Softball taught us more than just how to win. It taught us teamwork, perseverance, and how to pick each other up both on and off the field. These lessons have stayed with us far beyond the scoreboard. So on behalf of the entire 1993 softball team, we want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who supported us, cheered for us, coached us, and believed in us. This recognition means more than words can say. And just always remember, pain is temporary, pride is forever. Thank you, Sam. Don't get too comfortable. We'll be calling you back up. Let's meet the members of the team who are with us today. Melissa Campari. Cindy Coker. Peggy Ann Coker. Kimberly Kramer. Barbara Kuhns-Block. Sam Pasito. Joy Pittner. Susan Schilling. Alexis Shug. Nicole Staiano. And head coach Kim Franchi. The 1993 softball team. All right, thank you. Congratulations again. Thank you very much. For one more time, let us congratulate all the members of the class of 2025 of the Rowan Glassboro State Athletic Hall of Fame. At our conclusion, I'd like individual inductees to please come up here for one group picture. Again, congratulations. On behalf of Rowan Athletics, we congratulate our new members of the Hall of Fame and thank you all for celebrating with us.